this Saturday, we're going out and we're doing a giant outreach. It's going to be really amazing. And so if you could join us in that, we just want to go out together. Right back there, if you see Louis, he's got Love Your City on. He's right there. Wave at us. What's up, Louis? Jared, yeah, they're heading up this outreach for us, and we're calling it Love Your City, because that's what we're doing, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But at the end of this message, we would love for you to respond by signing up and joining with us on Saturday. Man, give a couple hours, and you just, we don't sing these songs selfishly. I'm not singing God fill me up because I want the goosebumps and Hello Church was so good. No. I want to get filled up so I can go out into the city and be poured out. That's why. It's not about this. This is extra. This is byproduct. We come here to celebrate and get filled up and go out to where we're supposed to be. So join us, man. We do that every week, twice a week. There's outreaches going on in this city. We're going into the dark places, under the bridges, into some of the hotels and motels and Holiday Inns around the city that there are people just really not wanting to hear about the Lord, but we go in there, we share. And so with that, tonight, before we kind of jump into the story, and it's an illustrated message tonight because it was preached originally as an illustrated message. Jesus preached this as an illustrated message. So I hope that you can kind of get a snapshot. But Jesus is always looking for the one. He cares for the one. And tonight at Upper Room, we are about the broken, the marginalized, the outcast. We love you no matter what, okay? If you feel far from God, if you feel distant, if you feel like the worst of sinners, man, you are the most welcome here. And we're happy you're here. We love you, and Jesus is happy you're here too. Yeah. Now, many people's experience with Jesus is their experience with the church. And oftentimes church can be a very harsh, judgmental, and critical environment. And so tonight I just want to welcome you. That's not who we are. If you've ever felt that, that's definitely not my heart as the pastor of this movement. So just tell me who did that and I'll go beat them up for you. Okay? So I'm sorry for that church, maybe that you've witnessed, but there is a church, there is an army rising up, and I've seen it as I've been able to travel this state and across this country. In our generation, there's a church that's rising up, and believe it or not, it looks a whole lot and it acts a whole lot like Jesus Christ. It heals, it sets free, it walks in faith, it believes the best, it hopes the best, it cares for the broken, and it goes into the ones that people go out of their way to avoid, and it goes out of their way to encounter them. That's the church that's rising up, and that's the church that we are. So before we jump in, I want to share with you guys a little video and a testimony of one of our people, man, that's really just become like one of our sisters. She's our family. And so here's a little video that Tessa put together, and then we're going to just share a little testimony before we jump in tonight. So check this out, and then we'll jump into Word together. What I tell you everyone, you're part of the family now, so you're not getting rid of us. So I asked just kind of share with us a little bit about what's been going on and how the Lord's using you. guys can say if you want. Here you go, Tessa.
Hey guys, I just wanted to share a little bit of my heart. I have a heart for, come up here. This is like my sister. Like, I had never thought that I would be able to have such a relationship with somebody that I just met on the street. And I get to go out every week and minister to her and just pour into her life. And the mission at home is more than just a sandwich. Like it's not like we're gonna go give them a hamburger and be like, hey, have a good week. Like no, like we get to sit down and talk to them, get to know them, get to know their testimony, and pour into their lives. And Dana, since the first day that I met her, she has transformed so much, and it is so amazing. And I'm gonna let her tell you how she's changed.
Amen.
Y'all have to forgive me, I'm a little nervous.
It's all right. We're with you.
Thank you. You know, I don't know how many of you know, but I'm sick. I have cancer and I have brain tumors. So when I ran into Louie and Arthur, I call him Muscle Man first. And I was, you know, I've heard it all. Living, being homeless on the river, you have people come out all the time and make you promises. And I just basically tell them I didn't want to hear it. You know, keep it real with me, I'll keep it real with you. But I was wrong. And everything's been a blessing. Tessa has been amazing, and I never thought that I would be friends. You know, I always say don't judge a book by its cover, but we're all human, and we all tend to do that. Pastor Joseph here, I have never in my entire life met such an accepting pastor. And and a little crazy too, but that's okay. We're all okay. I love you.
You don't have to lie to him. It's okay. I didn't ask her to say any of that, by the way.
And I got saved and baptized and let me tell you, by the way, he did not get in the water, but he didn't mind putting me in the water. He stood on the outside smiling at me going, I love you. Yeah. And I got clean and sober too, by the way.
Come on. Thank you for sharing with us. You guys, please show some love right now. That takes a lot of courage. Yeah, come on, come on. Jesus. Yeah. Hey, I want to let you know, we are called to pray for revival. We're called to pray that God would move. But we're not just called to pray, we're called to do as well. If all you're doing is praying, God, do this and that, I feel like sometimes God's like, why don't you do something? Come on. You got 2 hands and 2 feet. I know this because I created them. Get up and do something as well. Be a walking revival. Every single week, this group right here, there is 12 different small groups. One at least every single night of the week. There's prayer going up to heaven, every single one of those. There's at least a couple of outreaches. If you guys are just coming on Sunday, man, get involved and you can have testimonies, because I could call Tessa, I could call Louie, I could call so many of you up here that go out every single week and you can tell me story after story about what God's been doing. Miracles, signs, and wonders. So I'm sorry, but we get a little excited because we're not just talking about it, we're about it. God's moving, God's changing the city one person at a time.